Hi there. What a week we've had. Do you know, it just feels like it's been a hectic week, not a good week, and it goes on and on at work. It just feels like it's been ages since I've done any filming. Anyway, we're going to head out today. It's another one I've been wanting to do for you, and we'll give you a little surprise when we get there. It's a kind of a mixed bag of one place and another. You'll see what I mean when we get there. Anyway, come along, travel with me. Let's head on this journey. Well, hope we're all doing okay. It's been a hell of a week at work. Oh, I've been so maxed out. It's I needed a break. Not even been able to even do a midweek film. I think we got a live in, but that was about it. So anyway, we're going to take you to somewhere new, somewhere out the way. Let me just move out the way of these people. Sunday drivers already, and it's on a Saturday. Anyway, come on. Yes, so today's mystery tour. So I said I was going to take you to different places, out of the way places and all that kind of thing. So we're out in Norfolk again today. Now, I've not forgot you, Suffolk. I am going to get there, don't worry. I've just been a bit hectic at work. Anyway, before we get sidetracked, so we're off to Guist, I think it's called today. So we're going to head around, look around their little village, see what we can find. I've been through several times, and it does look quite nice. Kind of not too far away from Fakenham. So for people who don't know the area, but it is a nice, quaint little village. And then from there, we're going to head over to, let me get this right, County School Station. Been meaning to have a look around there. Never kind of been, but I do want to do more on that railway journey a bit later this year. Hopefully I've got some bits aimed up for next month. Anyway, I will carry on with the journey. We've got about 6 miles to go, and then we'll be at Guist. Well, we made it. Oh dear. Now, I wasn't sure whether how warm it was going to be. Said only about 16, 17 today, so I put the coat on, and I thought I bet I'm going to be freezing later, or too hot. It's just one of them days. Anyway, enough waffling. So we're here at St Andrew's Church in Guist. See behind me. We're going to take a walk around, we're going to do the church, then we're going to head a little round the old village, and then we're going to head down to County School Station. Bit of a mixed bag today, as I said at the start, but we'll see what we can find. We love a good old church, you know, it's a channel of church, and yeah, let's take a look. So we'll just head through this gate, nice big metal gate, this one. We'll get away from the road. Obviously the main road to Fakenham from Norwich. So let's do the general view. As we can see, lots of old graves. We've got some slightly tilting over, and it's that very uneven kind of well, ground, but very sloping this way as well. So, but yeah, let's head on up. I think everything is locked up. Like I said, this is quite out of the way. I'll just do kind of a 360 so you can see obviously where we come in from. And let's head on up. Smallish kind of church, but neat. But lots of old graves. So let's carry on up. We'll do all in one if we can. Nice little bench, but you can see how it's sloping down. We're on a kind of a hill as we come into the village. What we'll do, we will do our 360 first. I'll get some snapshots. We'd like to get some snapshots in the video. Nice little bell tower there, and let's head on round. Okay, so we've just got some snapshots of the church. Let's just have a wander around. We'll do our usual 360. So we can see a lovely looking window there with the old stained glass. And they'll have the different cut. This is obviously a newer bit. It's different kind of stone to this one. So they've obviously had an extension at some point. But yeah, let's carry on round. Trying to be as respectful as we can. Now there is a stone path as you come in, but the rest of it is all grass and it's very, very uneven. Now this is a nice little effect. How they've done the cover, and this is all slate. Not seen that before. So we're now at the kind of the altar end of the church. I'm sure there's a correct term for it. I will leave it for you guys in the comments. But I will just do a kind of a turn around from here, and then we'll have a look at this lovely stained glass. Let me show you this. Look at this. I'll bet this looks wonderful inside. Look at that. Let's just step out a little bit. Do like how they've done that though. Anyway, kind of quite rough and scrubby at the back there. Doesn't really go any further back than this. Again, lots and lots of old graves again, even to the point they're really crumbling away and you can't even read them anymore. So we will take it steady, because the ground really is not great for walking on. Nice little window there. Now, was that bigger than that before? How they've done that? And they've just re-put that bit in? Don't know. I'm sure some people may know a bit of history of this. Like I said, I leave the history for the experts, as we talked about before. And obviously we're on the far side of the church now. And then we will head around and head down that slope. So, as I said, you've got to, it's very uneven here. If you do come and visit, it's be careful with your stepping and walking, because it's really uneven and it does sink a little bit. It's quite soft ground actually, and quite kind of out in the open to the elements. But lovely looking, small, like a lot of village churches are, but really nice looking. Do like it. Like to capture all these churches. You never know how long they're going to be here. Got to grab history while we can. So what we'll do, we're now, it looks like it's more modern graves down at the slope, down the bottom there. So we'll, I've done you a couple of snapshots here. We'll have a venture down. I'll turn the camera around and we'll see what we can find down below. So, turning this around, we've come to kind of the bell tower side of the church, and you can see how far this slopes down. I'm trying to be respectful as I can for the graves. As you can see, these look newer graves down the bottom here. But I would say the graveyard does kind of look pretty full. Let's just follow this round. So you can see up to the bell tower from here. And if I just zoom this in a bit, hopefully you can see the little face as the water shoots from the roof. Look at that. Anyway, that's quite good. Let's zoom back down, and we'll walk along this part. To show you this bell tower window. But I have noticed no security mesh anywhere. Haven't seen any. And then we will actually, I was going to walk down there, but I think obviously respectful of the graves and that, we will leave that in peace. But obviously if you do come, have a good look round. It's really one of these tranquil, really out of the way kind of churches which we love. There's obviously nature's took over, but there is another kind of like grave where they have the cage go round sort of thing. And nature's completely took over that one. Let's we will see if we can get in, and then I will catch you up in a moment. Right, okay, so that's the church at Guist. Unfortunately it's locked, so I can't go in. Bit of a shame, because I really would have loved to have seen them windows, but they look wonderful. But yeah, really nice, out of the way, nice tranquil kind of church. So I've done some snapshots for you, and that's now archived. That's now in the vault. Okay, we're gonna head down, have a little walk through the village, see what we can see before we head down to the station. And yeah, come and visit, come and give them some support in the community. There is a little post office here, and I think there's a little cafe there. We're gonna take a look, and let's see what we can see. So we're just taking the walk into the village. And they've got this kind of little tucked path, as you can see behind me. Let's get that up. There you go. That kind of takes you off the road and takes you to the side of the road, so you're not literally on the road, if you know what I mean. That makes sense, doesn't it? But at least it keeps you away from the traffic, so quite good. So we'll see what we can find. Like I said, it's one of these kind of mixed bag videos today, but I did say I was going to take you to these out of the way places. But I think if you are visiting Norfolk, visiting the UK, always good to take a look. So I'll turn this around, just do a snapshot as well. Obviously one of the old pubs that used to be here, but got a lovely picture of a swan on it, so I'll turn that around and we'll have a look. So as you can see, I guess this was an old pub, I'm assuming. I will let the experts sort of let us know, but I did notice this lovely picture of a swan on the side there. But yeah, anyway, we'll carry on through the village and see what more we can find. Now behind me, walking along just here, is Guist Clock Cafe and Shop, and it's a post office as well, so you can always give a look there for them, give them some support. I'm not sure whether we might come back to that cafe, or we might look and see if there's anything at County School Station. Seems I've never been to County School Station either, so yeah, we will make a choice on either. So we may be back here in a little while, but I'm just gonna film a bit more. Like I said, you quickly sail through the village, so I'm just going to do a few more shots and that before we head down to the station, because it's one of these villages you kind of drive through if you're going to Fakenham, and then you kind of forget about it again. So I think like many villages. So but yeah, I'll turn the camera around because I want you to see the village and to see some of the great houses architecture that we have here, and then and then we'll head on. So there we go. So County Clock Cafe and the shop and the post office as well. But just looking at some of these older houses, how they are. And you see our sign for our county school station. We'll be heading there in a little while. But still, more old. Now I don't know what these are about, 1900s, 1800s maybe. Anyway, let's take a look. Now obviously, just when I thought I was alone here filming, I suddenly discover this. How did he get here? Anyway, come on. Let's I'm trying to get down to the end here, and then the bloody doctors follow me as well. Anyway, come on. Right, you're back. Now I'm in the centre green now. I like to call it centre green. It most likely isn't the centre green, but it is to me. Anyway, you don't often see this in villages. A central clock for everyone. Wonderful. Absolutely love it. Now, we're going to be, before I flick this around too fast, you end up spinning your head around. We're going to head up here now. Not walking, we'll go and pick the car up before we go. So obviously we're going to head to the station. I'm just going to turn this around so again you can see how we're out in the open, how we're out in the country. But how these local villages would have been. And then you need to think back what it would have been like. Forget all these bloody cars going by, these EVs. Forget all them. And let's just imagine, go back in time. We'll go back, what, 100 years? Couple of hundred maybe? And then we'll go back. Just imagine all the horse and carriages going through. And then you had all these country estates here as well. So, would have been great. You'd love to go back in time. A bit like the Doctor we saw. And nice little wave there from people. Till they know Stephen UK _travels. Please like and subscribe. Anyway, let me turn this around and then we'll head down to the old train station. Yeah, so we'll just do our last little flick. That lovely old house in the background there. Get the clock tower in. Let me just zoom this out a little bit. Look at that. This bloody sky's looking dull again. And then I did capture some of this old barn that's down here as well. But you can imagine what this would have been like in its day, forgetting these cars for a moment and seeing the old horse and carriages go by. We do love how they have to horn just because you're filming. Bless them. I know they're all fans. Anyway, come on, let's get going. Right, part 2. So, we've made it to County School Station. Now, I did read up on the history of this, and as usual with me, and you'll get this age one day, I've completely gone blank. But there, we're here for the walks. Just remember what the channel's about. We're here for the walks, not for the history tour. There are some great channels out there that will do this for you, so check them out. I've looked at a few, they're really good. Anyway, enough of me waffling. Let's go and have a look at some of the railway. Right, let's turn this around. Let's have a look at this level crossing first before we head down. Do not absolutely love the railway since I was a child. Now, I think I'm right in saying this side goes up to what will be Elm, which I'm gonna do at some point in the video. I keep having my eye on it, and obviously that'll take you up to Dereham, I believe. I will let the railway buffs tell you the whole story. They know more about it than I do. But yeah, just love a railway, don't we? So we'll turn this around, straight over the level crossing. And here we are, County School. Now I believe they are trying to raise funds for this, to actually get all this linked up as well, which I'm very supportive of. Anything to do with railways, you'll get my full support. So we'll hopefully have a look on the platform. I really hope we can get on. I will take a look. But yeah, County School Station. Right, so as we go, let's sneak on this platform. Have you got a ticket? No. Look at this. This is what we wanted to see. We'll head down here. Now it'll be nice if the tea room's open because we could have a cuppa. Now, like I said, this isn't a railway channel, but I believe that for the proper boys and girls to do. Obviously there's our level crossing. You can just imagine the days when you would have been waiting here. And I believe this was open for a local school, but not full up on the history, so please check it out because there's quite a bit here so you can understand why I couldn't actually remember it all. And we're a walking channel, as we said. Look at that. Let's just have walked down this platform. You got little milk churns. Now, as a kid, growing up in the 70s and 80s, I used to collect Britain's farms, tractors and farm bits and all that. And I can remember having them little milk churns. Oh, just the history of it is excellent. We really need to retain this as much as we can. Right, so museum is closed, which is a real shame. But just have a look in there. We'll have to come back and give these a check when we can. I'm not sure. I think they just have set days that they're open. Like one of the buffers from the train now. Get that. Actually, there's a bit of info there. Let me just show you that. I'll keep the old camera rolling. We'll head down a bit further. Look at this. Not sure whether this is still in use or not. I guess not. Now this we like. And unfortunately at the moment, obviously the rails end just down there, which is a real shame. We'd love that to get all open. We'd like to get these railways back to where they were again. Okay, I think we will end today now. Luckily the weather's held out for us, which was pretty good. So we've shown you another Norwich village. Don't you love it? No outtakes on here. We've took you to another Norfolk village, which is great to see. And it's good to see that they've still kind of kept it how it was. And then we've headed up to County School Station. So Mid-Norfolk Railway, I am coming your way very soon. I do plan on doing a video and a trip out from Dereham out to Windham. That's coming. That's definitely coming this year. Possibly a birthday treat. Anyway, I will leave you guys in peace for the weekend. Like I said, do apologise for not being able to get the videos out. If you follow the channel, which I hope you do, we're trying to get as much different, loads of different, and we try and go to a different place each time, kind of content for you. So yeah, More to come. Like I said, there is more book trips to come anyway, and we've got another all-day out visit that we've got planned this month. I think it's in a couple of weeks' time, so stay tuned for that one. Anyway, I'll leave you in peace. If you do like the content and really need your support on the channel, no cost on this channel. I don't intend on billing people to watch my stuff. That's a promise. We're not going there. So please like, please share on your socials, give us a subscribe if you can, give me some support, and yeah, really thanks for the people who have supported. Can't thank you enough. Anyway, I'll leave you in peace. We'll do a little outtake, a nice little video at the end showing you a bit more of County School Station, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon.